Greetings, comrades. This is Andre Aguides Desjardins for some actually requested Theros Beyond Death or to be determined Crackapath. Alright, got a Pegasus token. Got a nice forest. Fantastic. First up, Nextborn Courser. C card. It's fine, it's playable, you don't want to highly take it. The 2 white pips is fine, but like aggro, like white's generally an aggro color, and the 2 pips where it's important is aggro, and you generally don't want a 2/4, you'd rather a 3 something, but it's still a playable card, so C, pretty fine. Ichthyomorphosis is 1 blue, 2 colors for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature is a 0/1 fish. C+, it's removal, it's not premium removal, like they still have the creature. You know, red-black has lots of sacrifice effects, so, you know, they still get a bit of value from it. That's my cats chasing each other, if you hear that. Don't worry about that. And they still have the creature to chump block, but it's fair removal, C+, better than the Courser. A Wrap in Flames, that's 1 red, 3 colorless for a sorcery. It deals 1 damage to 3 target creatures and they can't block this turn. This is actually a very important deck if you are in the red card, if you're in the red-white heroic deck, as not only can it clear out their blockers, but you can do iterations where you target 1 or 2 or 3 of your heroic creatures and you'll get the heroic triggers. I'm not first picking this though. I want to be in the red-white heroic deck, but once you're in there, it's a C+. Like right now, it's like a C-, but when you're in that deck, you really want this card. I actually drafted that deck last week and was sad I didn't pick a second one. Alright, Glory Bearers. 1 white, 3 colors for a 3/4 enchantment creature. Whenever another creature you control attacks, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. That text is very relevant, so you're looking for a 3/4 for 4, which is okay, it's fine. 4-man enchantment creatures and above is where I start getting a bit wary, especially when they're just like normal guys, just due to like Revoke Existence and Back to Nature being in the set and being playable. You know, it's fine if they use their 2 or 3 mana spell to kill your 2 or 3 mana spell, but feels bad when they use like 2 mana to kill your 4 mana spell and then play another thing, and of course the higher it gets the worse it is, but this is C, you can play it if you need to, it's pretty filler. Relentless Pursuit, it's 1 green, 2 colors for sorcery. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a creature and or land card from among them in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Very important card for the green-black escape deck. It actually helps your mana, finds you creatures, this fills your graveyard for escape, and in the other decks it's just like 1 copy of it is just fine to go find a mana and a creature. You have to be careful if your big bomb is an enchantment, like, you know, I'll use Cure beat best the Sea God because this can get rid of it, but C+, I'll put it on par with Ichthyomorphosis. Alright, Nixborn Ramauder, 2 black, 2 colorless for a 4/3 enchantment creature Minotaur and flavor text. C, it's fine, you'll play it, same thing as Glory Bringers. The 2 black pips are probably more important than the black pips. The 2 black pips are more important than other things because black is probably the number 1 color with devotion, with white being number 2, but you really, this guy's filler. You can play him or not, it's fine. Captivating Unicorn is 1 white, 4 colorless for a 4/4 in Constellation. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, tap creature and opponent controls. It's fine for the high end of the white-red or white-green aggressive decks. Probably slightly better than white-green as they tend to have more enchantments. But C, totally interchangeable with everything else. Nothing special here. Irrelevant Revelers is 1 red, 2 colorless for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, choose 1, destroy target artifact, or it gains haste. Most of the time, this is just going to be a 2/2 haste for 3. But when it's destroying an artifact, like Shadow Spear is an excellent card in this format, and when you can just randomly nail it, you're going to be very happy. That being said, though, it's a C. It's pretty interchangeable. Like, I'm not looking to first pick this at all. if you open a Shadow Spear, you should take it. So it's not like I'm going to know there's a Shadow Spear. But if we're getting like later in the packs and I have a pick between this and, you know, another C card and I don't have artifact removal, I'll probably take this just to have one in my sideboard. Alright, Breyer Giant is 7 mana for a 5/6, and this spell costs 1 less for each enchantment you control. You're rarely going to play this for 4 or 5. It's almost always going to be 6. And even at 5, it's still only a 5/6. You need to play it at 4 for it to be like a good deal. But this is still a common finisher for the dumb blue control decks. It's C. I'd rather have the 5 mana 3/4 Flying Sphinx. But it'll end up in your deck sometimes. Most of the commons, as in the recent sets, are interchangeable. Mogees' Favor. We thought Golden Goose was gone, but we got Mogees. 1 black for an enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +2/-1, and it has Escape for 2 and a black and exile 2 other cards from your graveyard. This is a surprisingly good card. There's a lot of 1 toughness creatures. This, you know, goes back and kills, and then of course you can use it to pump your own creatures at the end. It's a relatively cheap escape cost. C+, but this is what I'm picking right now. And just as a note, black has most of the best commons. Like Mire's Grasp is the best, probably the best common in the set, then Final Death, and then like it just has a bunch of solid commons. So a lot of people play black for that reason, but I'm playing this over the other 2 right now. Depending on your jam, you can do the other 2 though, it's fine. Alright, uncommon, Agonizing Remorse. 1 black, 2 colorless, target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land card from it or a card in that graveyard, exile that card, you lose 1 life. Probably a C+. It's probably slightly better than any of these cards, just because when you play it on turn 2, it's good, and the fact it can exile a problematic escape card later on makes it fairly good, but this is way better in constructed than it is in limited. It's still fine in limited, you can still play it, you can still pick it, it's fine, but you'll see it a lot in constructed because this effect is way more powerful in constructed. Just in limited, there tends to be a lot more cards with the same power level. Taking a key card tends not to matter as much. I mean, it certainly still can, and then, you know, if you top deck this late and limited, it's generally really bad. Like, you can pay 2 mana and a life to exile an escape card, but you generally don't want to do this. I choose between this and the Mogees' Favor right now. Alright, Dakthos, Blessed by the Sun. It's 2 white pips, toughness equal to your devotion to white, and whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, you gain a life. Honestly, I think people overrate this card greatly. Like, I think it's a C+, which means fine, it's still playable, but you really want to play it on turn 2, which requires you to be heavy into white. And as I said, white tends to be more aggressive, so just having the big toughness doesn't matter as much. Like, there are definitely more defensive decks where he's fine, but I think I'm probably not going to see him because I think other people value him super highly. But like, I would put him on the same level as any of these cards here. Alright, Escape Velocity is 1 red for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature gets +1/+0 and has haste. That's not very good, but the important part is it has Escape, where you can pay a red and colorless to exile 2 other cards from your graveyard. This is like a D. Like, I generally don't want to play these cards. I'm not looking to first pick this. The exception is in the red-white heroic decks. If you don't have Sentinel Eyes or other escape enablers, this one is an acceptable escape enabler. The Sentinel Eyes is +1/+1 in Vig, escape enchantment. And plus this one has the nice thing that, you know, if you top deck a Hero of the Pride or Hero of the Games, you can like play it and jam this on it and attack with it all on the same turn. But not we're going to first pick this. I think it's a D, but then in the heroic deck, especially if you don't have Sentinel Eyes, you should take this pretty highly. Still below Wrapped in Flames, but way better than Indomitable Will or any of the one-shot combat tricks. Alright, so let's see, hoping to first pick this rare, and it is Storm Herald, and it is a 3/2 haste. When it enters the battlefield, return any number of aura cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to creatures you control. Exile those auras at the beginning of your next end step. If those auras leave the battlefield, exile them and putting them face down. Most of the time, he's just going to be a 3/2 haste. The problem is, with auras like Escape Velocity and Sentinel Eyes, you generally don't want them exiled. You want them in your graveyard. So I mind he's fine. He's a 3/2 haste, which is acceptable. Sometimes you get a bit of value of him. If you have Aronis's Blessing, those are the auras you want to get back with him. Like, if you have an Aronis Blessing or two in your deck, I think he jumps up to a B-, because getting one of those back can be very powerful. But as a first pick, I think he's just a C. I think he's just a 3/2 haste, so I'm not looking to first pick him. Overall, I'm not super happy with this pack, as this is what I'm considering the first pick. I'm going to take the Agonizing Remorse for the mogees' favor. Like I said, I think being in black is better than starting in other colors, because the commons are so powerful, and so often, you know, the person passing to you will open like a good white or red or whatever rare, and then you'll just get a Mire's Grasp or a Final Death, and you'll be happy playing that. I'll start by picking the Agonizing Remorse, because you can generally pick up at least one mogees' favor to start with picking, but I think if it's like pack 3 and you don't have either and you're in black, you want mogees' favor. But I'm going to pick Agonizing Remorse from this pack. Hi, cats. They're really weird and staring at each other. Can I get cats in the picture? There are cats. Hi, cats. Alright, so this is Andre Aguides Desjardins. Just ignore those last like 10 seconds. I'm totally not going to edit them out for the comedy value, but have a good day.